everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of the Sunflower Girl podcast. My name's Rachel. You can find me on Instagram as the Sunflower GRL, girl without the I, and on Ravelry as the Sunflower Girl. The group for this podcast can be found on Ravelry if you search in the groups tab for the Sunflower Girl podcast. And I would really love it if you came and joined. We've got a few people in there. We've just been doing a knit along, so would really love it if you came along and joined. So yeah, just to get started, I've got some tea, and it is a fudge melts tea, and it's in this lovely mug, which my dad gave me when he was moving, and we happened to be moving around the same time, and we needed kitchenware, like mugs, plates, bowls, and he needed to get rid of them. So yeah, and it's just kind of like wood pattern. It's quite a nice big mug. So yeah, it's a bit too hot still. So I guess we'll jump straight into the knitting, because it's been quite a while since the last time I podcast. So yeah, the first thing is in this fabulous bag. You've seen, I'm not sure that much progress has actually been made on these since last time. It's all tangled, but show them anyway, just my little socks. I think a little bit, but not too much. I should really just crack on and get them finished, because this is still the first sock. It's kind of shameful really, but I got distracted. So yeah, it's coming along nicely, not too far off the toe really. So this is just some Regia that I bought, and it's what I made my nan's socks in, if you've been watching. And then the cuff, heel, and what the toe will be done in is this, and it's a five moons, which was gifted to me. Just a little bit, and I've already put it into my scrappy blanket, and I had so much left over, and I thought, heel, toes and cuffs. So yeah, I really need to get a crack on with this and just get them done. So yeah, that's the first work in progress. Love this bag. So yeah, the second one is in this fabulous Guardians of the Galaxy bag, and it is the sockhead hat. So if you are a returning viewer, you've probably seen this before. Basically, I knit Dave a hat in this yarn, but unfortunately it got lost whilst I was in hospital, and I've got a decent amount left. I'm a bit worried now that it might not quite be enough, but I've got some little scraps of similar colours that I can just pop in at the very top. But yeah, I've made a bit of progress. I think the last time I showed it, maybe I just about started the stockinette, but it's coming along nicely. I took this on the train when we went to do some house viewing, which I'll talk about. But yeah, so it's just coming along nicely. So yeah, it's just the sockhead hat pattern, but it's not, I don't make it as slouchy, I make it about 9 inches, and he just wears it just like that. And then the next the next work in progress is in this lovely bag. I think this is one of my favourite bags. It's so pretty. Are some socks. Now these are a new cast on since last time. Got 2 of them. And I'm doing them 2 at a time on the separate needles because I just wanted them to be done at the same time. So I'm making some scrappy, I've called them my scrappy autumn socks because I wanted all autumnal colours. I actually kind of got my inspiration from Danny, the Little Bobbins. She knit, I think it's for a swap, but she knit some scrappy autumn socks for somebody and they were just fabulous. And it kind of inspired me to make these. So, yeah, I'm all the way past the heel. This is the first one. And this is the second one. So what I've been doing is I knit the cuff on this, picked the next yarn, picked that up, then knit the cuff of this, then I knit that bit, picked the next yarn, secured it on, and then knit that one. So they're always just one little section behind. This one's just one section behind. So I've attached that yarn and I just need to work my rounds. And that one, and this one's got the next colour. So yeah, I'm really loving them. I'm doing 10 rounds in each colour, and then what I'm going to do is just work out how much, and then probably if I need to just start the toe colour a bit earlier. Well, I'll just figure it out. It's not too bad. So yeah, those are the 2 socks, and I'm using pumpkin spice for the heels, toes and cuffs. And I love them, and I've got all the yarns I'm going to be using in here. Got of colours. So that's super exciting, and I was hoping to have them more or less finished by this podcast, but unfortunately I've done something to my wrist again, so I haven't been able to knit too much over this weekend, which is a bit of a shame really. I'm going to try a little bit today and see how it goes. But yeah, and then the next work in progress is another new cast on, and there's not terribly much of this either. I started the Angel Hat by Kay Jones to the Bakery Bears, and I just got the ribbing because as soon as I saw this pattern I knew I needed a grey one, because I just find grey goes with everything anyway, and a lot of my accessories are quite bold, and I really love this pattern. And I've got my little pumpkin stitch marker. I'm not sure how well that will show up, but yeah, and this is just in an acrylic, but I find this is so nice, and it's quite variegated, not like a semi-solid. When it's knit, you can sort of see the different variations of the grey, and it's just the knitting essentials. But yeah, I got 3 balls of it, so I'll probably make a bit of a slouchy hat with a pom-pom on the end, and then I'll just find something to make with the rest. So yeah, I'm loving it so far. I haven't got to the pattern yet, but you know, it's pretty straightforward and easy. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I feel like I've worked on little bits of things, so there's not like tons of progress on one thing. So my scrappy sock yarn blanket. I've done a couple of squares on this, but not tons. So from last week I've just done these 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. And I need to weave in. I've been neglecting weaving in a couple of my ends, so I need to do that. Because I've just been picking it up and sort of doing a square and then just putting it away and not really thinking. So a couple of my ends need weaving in, but the majority of them are done. Like, some of them are actually weaved in, they're just not cut. Like, I haven't cut the yarn, so it looks a bit messier. But it's getting to be a decent size. It's sort of lap size, which is quite nice. Yeah, I've got quite a few minis to be getting on with. I think my scrappy socks just kind of took over. And then again, my granny stripe. I don't think this has got too much love since the last time either. I think I just maybe started the yellow last time, I'm not sure, but I finished the yellow, started a tiny little bit. Yeah. Hopefully everything will be getting a bit more love again over the next few weeks. So that's all the works in progress for this week, which again, I think the most work has gone into the scrappy socks, because it's just, oh, I just want to get to the next colour, oh, I just want to get to the next colour. So quite a bit of progress on that. And then the only finished object I have this week is my Pebble Beach, which I love so much. This yarn is amazing and this pattern is just gorgeous. I do want to make another one at some point in maybe a grey or a green. A green one would be beautiful, or maybe a royal blue, because I've just bought a yellow raincoat and I know blue goes really well and I don't really have any blue accessories, so maybe like a royal blue. But I love it. The pattern is fabulous and the yarn is just so squishy. The only issue I have is because I don't have blocking wires, I just have the pins. Blocking it was a bit of a challenge. I managed it, but it just didn't, it's not as neat and the edges aren't as straight as I'd like. So if you have any suggestions of where to get some blocking wires in the UK, I think I had a look on Love Knitting, but I couldn't seem to find any. Maybe I was just looking at the wrong part or something. But honestly, if you have any suggestions, because I'm also looking for some sock blockers, but my only issue is my feet are quite small. I'm only a size UK size 4, and everywhere I've looked for sock blockers, the small is always starts at a 5, and I know it's not too much, but I don't really want to stretch my socks. So if you know of anywhere that does, or even customisable, but it's just unfortunately I can't spend like a lot of money, else I would just go on Etsy and ask someone to sort of customise some blockers. But if you know of anywhere that does some that are quite small that I could use, I'd really appreciate it, because I have found that most that I could find were 5 to 6, and that's, especially because it's 5 to 6, it's just far too big. It was like 4 or 5, but I'm not sure if I'm just looking in the wrong places. So if you have any places, please put them in the Ravelry group in this episode thread, or message me on Ravelry, or even on Instagram or anything like that. I'd really, really appreciate it. But yeah, so the Pebble Beach, which is gorgeous. I've pretty much been wearing it non-stop. I just think it really goes with this shirt. So yeah, that's all the finished objects for this week. Not terribly much. I was hoping to get the socks finished, but that just didn't happen. So hopefully by next week we'll have a couple more finished objects, a little bit more progress on things, hopefully. So we'll just go into acquisitions and things. So the first thing is the amazing Diane sent me a package I didn't even know was coming, and what she sent was these gorgeous little box bags, I would say. And she sent this one, which has a cute monkeys and the hedgehog, and on the inside it's yellow and it's got the bumblebee, and then this gorgeous blue one, which I think is my favourite, and then it's got strawberries. Oh, I love this one. And then a beautiful little notions pouch. I've got my notions in there, which is fabulous because I have my little notions box, but I don't really have any notions pouches. So this is handy, and I've just been popping it into the bag that I've been using. But yeah, what she's done is she sent these two gorgeous box bags, which are just be perfect. She said, she pops a project in, and then the little pockets on the front can be used for, it's got my hair in it, sorry, for your project, what's the word? Like the pattern, that's the word I look like. If you print out your pattern, you can pop it into the front. But I'm thinking, personally, I'd probably put like my scrappy blanket in there with my minis. She sent two, and she said one for the giveaway, which does end today. I'm going to close the thread. I think it ends today. I'm going to double check. Not very many people participated, a few did, so I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure I said the end of March. No, sorry, the end of April. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. So I will just double check that, and I will be closing the thread. And although not very many people did participate, I'm not going to leave it too much longer, because you either did want to participate or you didn't. So yeah, she sent one for you and one for me. Now, I originally thought, I'll just let the winner decide, but then I sort of looked at this and thought this was very spring-like, and it's got the bees on the inside and the monkey and the hedgehog, so I'm thinking for this one to go to the winner. But if you win and you desperately do want the other one, then just message me and that's fine. If you don't say a preference when you message me, I will just send this one. I hope that's okay, because I just kind of got a little bit attached to this. It's blue and it's gorgeous, but at the same time, I'm happy to have either of them, but I just thought because it was the spring cal and it's got the little flowers pattern and the bees and the little monkey and all that, I thought that would be nice. But again, I'll probably draw the winner next week, If I don't get a chance to record a full episode, I might just put out a mini one of the winner, because I just need to double check when I said it was closing. But yeah, again, if you when I announce the winner, if you message me, if you have a preference and you do say yes, I would prefer this one, that's fine. If you don't say a preference, I will just send the one with the owls and the monkey, the more yellow one, yellow and light blue. So yeah, thank you so much for those. They're so gorgeous and just so handy, because you can just pop it down and have your project coming out of it like a yarn bowl, which is what she said. So yeah, and I will also probably be getting some goodies for to go with it. So I'm thinking I might get some tea, maybe a little bit of chocolate, some stitch markers to go along with that. So yeah, thank you so much for sending that. It was just a wonderful, wonderful gift. And yeah, just honestly let me know which one you prefer when we sort it. And then I have got a little bit of yarn to show, but not too much. I popped into my local yarn shop, and they predominantly sell just acrylic, sort of DK, baby yarn sort of things. They've got a couple of, it's like those huge 500 or 400 gram balls that are like, they do have some wool in, which I use for jumpers because I do find that they are really good. But then recently they've started stocking some sock yarn. It's just a small section, and it has been getting to more stuff, because originally they just had King Cole, and then they brought in some other stuff. So they just had sock yarn, but then they've also brought out, I think it's a Peyton's cotton, 100% cotton, that I knit mine and my Nan's sailor in. Now, I bought Nan's online and I got mine from a sale. But now they've started stocking that, and then when I popped in, they've also started selling, it's a bamboo yarn. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but I'm thinking of maybe picking some of that up soon, because it does look really nice, and I saw a lovely blue. But what I did pick up was some more sock yarn to make Dave some more socks, and this is what he chose, which is really nice, and it's called Majestic, and it's fabulous, and he said it reminds him of Guardians of the Galaxy, like the new poster, which I do see, but it also kind of reminds me of like Captain America almost. So I've got that, and then I just picked up this sort of creamy white to go along with it, just for heels, toes and cuffs, because I was even thinking, once I've made Dave a pair of socks out of this, I should have enough for some little shorties, and I could pair the two together. And I've got a couple of leftovers to make shorties, and then this would just make the yarn go that little bit further. So yeah, I'm really happy that they've started selling this. It is quite good. I do find it is good for socks. I've still got a ball to make me some, because I made some for Dave. My cousin's socks that I made were out of this yarn as well. And I've still got some to make me some socks. So yeah, I just picked up another ball of that. And then the only other acquisition that I have is a pattern. So I finally bought the I Love You More Than Pumpkin Spice socks by Cece of the Geeky Girls. almost 100% sure that it is my own fault. But basically I didn't realise that the pattern was toe up. And I'm almost positive that it does probably say in the little, it has the little descriptions toe up. But in my sort of excitement and sort of I didn't actually realise that it was toe up. So I need to learn toe up socks first. I did try toe up with the Judith Magic cast on, but I think maybe I watched a YouTube video, but maybe it just wasn't the best one to watch, because I think I must have been wrapping the yarn weirdly, because it just didn't make a toe how it should have. So if you have any suggestions on if you have any video tutorials or anything good on how to do Judith's Magic cast on, or if you know a different toe up method I could use, because I do really want to make these socks, and I probably should have checked more thoroughly before buying it to realise that it was toe up. I'm determined to learn, because I would like to do toe up socks anyway, because then I find toe up will be good to use all of the yarn, because I do tend to not knit my socks as tall as I would like, or as tall as I could, because I'm so worried that I'm going to run out of yarn. So I think doing them toe up would be great, because I could do the foot and then I could just go for as long as I wanted to on the leg. So if you have any suggestions for toe up patterns, any easy ways to do it, please let me know. I think I'm going to try and do just the plain vanilla pair, and then I can do the pumpkin spice ones, because then it's got a lot of cabling, and I do know how to cable. I'm quite good with cabling, but I wouldn't want to mix the two new sort of techniques together. So yeah, just on to chatty things now. So I think I mentioned it last week, we are now looking for a new house, because we're currently in student accommodation, and we went on Thursday to view some houses, and unfortunately none of them were any good. Just unfortunately it just didn't work out, but we've got some more stuff lined up. But yeah, it was quite nice to sort of go and look at houses and see the kind of things, and just think, what can we get for our new house, because we're going to have to get like furniture and things like that. So that's been really fun. And then also on Thursday we did the Guardians of the Galaxy double bill, and so we watched the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and then straight afterwards watched the second one, so at midnight. So yeah, if you are interested in that, you should definitely go and see it, and I'd love to talk to you guys about it, see what you guys think. Yeah, I've just been working over the weekend. Not sure if anything else has been going on. No, it's bank holiday Monday today. I was hoping to get some nice knitting time and relaxing. The weather, I don't know quite knows what it's doing. It looks sunny, but also I think it's that sunny but cold. So yeah, but I was just hoping to get some knitting time, but with my wrist I might just be able to do crochet, because I do it left-handed, so all the wrist movements are in the left hand rather than the right. We'll see. But yeah, as I said, I bought a yellow raincoat, which I have actually got quite a bit of wear out of. I didn't think I would. I just bought it because I've been looking for a yellow raincoat for so long, and they finally brought them back. And so I just thought, oh, well, I'll just get it now, and then I've got it. But I've actually been using it quite a lot, which is why I want to make some blue sort of accessories, like a shawl or a cowl or something, which look quite nice, because I've got a lot of green. I think I'd use quite a bit of green, and obviously I got this orange, but yeah, and I bought a new dress because it's my mum's birthday was yesterday. No, not yes, sorry, Saturday, on the 29th. And her party is next weekend, so I've got a dress for that, which is very pretty. It's black and it's got some pink flowers on it. And then near where we live, in the town, there's sometimes a little pop-up bookshop, which is like a second-hand bookshop. And I managed to find this fabulous version of The Hobbit. So I have read The Hobbit, but I didn't own my own copy of it. And when we went into the second-hand bookshop before, and they did have copies of The Hobbit, but they were just at the time I think, because it's obviously just cash only, because they're only like £1. This was £1.50, but they're like not really expensive, and I don't think I had enough change, so I didn't pick it up. And then we went in and I was looking around and I was thinking, this time they're just not going to have it, and they did. And so the artwork is actually a sketch done by Tolkien, which is amazing. And this copy, I think it was published in like the 60s. I think that's what it said, like 50s or 60s. But it's quite funny because on the back it says price 60 pence. But yeah, I love it. So I've been rereading it, and I love Lord of the Rings. I love all those kind of books. So it's been nice reading, and I just can't believe I got this copy. And it even has, right at the very back, I won't show because it actually has an address, but it has, I'm guessing, the original owner, her name and address. But then at the front, I'm guessing this is then probably her child, like her daughter, because she has the same last name. And then she's written the year, which is 1973, which is why I'm thinking this was published in the 50s or 60s. It's just, yeah, so that's my newest book acquisition, and that's what I've been reading. So let me know what you guys have been reading, what you guys have been getting up to, and I will be closing the thread for the knit along soon, if not tonight. So if you have any whips to put in there, get them in there quick. Finish objects, get them in there quickly. I will try and do another knit along soon, but it probably won't be until probably the summer, once we've settled into our new place. So that's everything. So happy knitting, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye.